This is a story from ancient Egyptian civilization. A man is given a punishment never before seen in Egypt. He's mummified alive, but he can wake up at any time. The story begins in 1290 BC, roughly 3,000 years ago from today. We're introduced to the city of Thebes in Egypt. The king there was Pharaoh. Pharaoh had a lover, Anck-su-namun, whom no one was allowed to touch. But Anck-su-namun didn't love Pharaoh. She loved Imhotep, one of Pharaoh's high priests. Imhotep possessed dark magic powers. He could summon souls from the land of the dead and bring people back to life. One day, Imhotep comes to meet Anck-su-namun. Just then, King Pharaoh catches them red-handed. The two of them conspire and kill King Pharaoh. Before Pharaoh's guards arrive, Anck-su-namun tells Imhotep, "You must leave immediately, because only you can bring me back to life." Imhotep's followers then take him away. Anck-su-namun takes her own life, knowing that Imhotep can revive her. And that's exactly what he tries to do. His people steal Anck-su-namun's body. As Imhotep is about to revive Anck-su-namun, King Pharaoh's guards arrive and apprehend him. He's given a punishment unprecedented in Egypt. He's mummified alive. Inside his coffin, a swarm of flesh-eating scarab beetles is poured over him, devouring his entire body. The coffin is then sealed with a special lock so no one can open it. It was said that if anyone were to free Imhotep, he would bring a curse upon all mankind. Possessing power equivalent to the number of years, he remained confined within the coffin. His coffin is buried beneath a massive statue of Anubis, an Egyptian god. Many years pass. The once towering statue is now much smaller, as the entire city has been buried beneath the sand. People from various countries come to fight over this land, unaware that a malevolent force awaits them beneath. An American man is shown, surrounded on all sides. Everyone flees upon seeing the Anubis statue. Thousands of years ago, Imhotep was buried at the foot of this very statue. After everyone leaves, sand begins to swirl as if someone is beneath it. Rick escapes from there. Next, a city named Hamunaptra is shown. 3 years later, a woman named Evelyn is introduced in Egypt. She's an Egyptologist who understands ancient Egyptian language and culture. Evelyn has an older brother who shows her a strange object he found while excavating. He accidentally presses a button. It's the key to the coffin where Imhotep was buried thousands of years ago. Inside it is a map. Evelyn visits her father's friend, whose library is filled with Egyptian maps and with whom she used to work. He doesn't want Evelyn to go there, as no one who has gone there has ever returned. But Evelyn is determined to go no matter what. She asks her brother where he got the key. He admits he stole it from an American man who's now in jail. Evelyn and her brother go to the prison where the man is held. This prisoner is Rick, the same man who stood before the Anubis statue 3 years prior. Rick understands why Evelyn and her brother are there. He's scheduled to be hanged today. Rick tells Evelyn, "If you want to go to the place where I found the key, you'll have to free me." As Rick is about to be hanged, Evelyn tells the warden to release him, but the warden refuses to let him go at any cost. Evelyn informs him that Rick knows the location of the hidden treasure of the ancient Egyptian kings in the city of Hamunaptra. "If you release Rick, you can have 25% of that treasure," she says. He agrees, and now everyone sets off for the treasure in Egypt. They travel by ship. There are also other Americans going to the same place, as they're also searching for treasure. Evelyn tells Rick that the most famous book in history, the Book of Ammon-ra, which contains all the magical secrets of the Egyptian royal family, is believed to be in Hamunaptra. Now everyone arrives in Hamunaptra. Evelyn shows Rick the Anubis statue. She explains that half of it is buried underground. Everyone then reaches the underground section where half of the Egyptian god Anubis' statue lies. It's dark all around. Evelyn holds a mirror upwards where sunlight falls. The sunlight reflects from that mirror onto another, illuminating the entire area. This was an ancient technology people used to light up dark places. Evelyn begins to search for the book. Their companion, the one who pardoned Rick's death sentence, goes off to search for treasure alone. He sees a thousands of years old painting adorned with many precious stones. He removes one of the stones. The stone falls, and a scarab beetle emerges from it, entering his foot and destroying his entire body. Unable to bear the pain, he crashes into a wall and dies. Rick and Evelyn don't understand what this was. At night, they come back up. The group splits into two. They make a deal about the gold. If anyone finds gold, it will be shared among everyone. Just then, they are attacked. Some men on horseback, dressed in black, arrive. These are the descendants of King Pharaoh's guardians, who have been protecting this place for the past 3,000 years. They know that if anyone releases Imhotep from his coffin, he will destroy all of Egypt. Their leader's name is Ardith Bey. He warns Rick to turn back, but no one listens to him. The next day, both groups go down again and start searching separately. The other group finds a sarcophagus with a warning inscribed on it. It says that a curse will befall anyone who tries to revive Imhotep. And those who open this sarcophagus will have their blood sucked, and their separate body parts will be used by Imhotep to take on a new form. Imhotep will then come to our world from the land of the dead forever and conquer the entire world. But those who read this warning consider it a superstition and open the sarcophagus. From inside, they retrieve the book with which Imhotep brought his lover back to life 3,000 years ago. Couldn't be opened because it had a lock that required a special key. And this key was with Evelyn. As Evelyn and Rick are sitting, the coffin in which Imhotep was buried falls from above. Evelyn has the key to this coffin, which she uses to open it. The next moment, Imhotep's decaying body emerges from the coffin. At night, everyone goes up and sleeps. Then Evelyn goes to the book. Rick tells her that it's not the book she's looking for, because that book was made of gold, and this one is a book of black magic. She opens the book with the key. Evelyn reads the book she has. It says, "He who has slept for many years, arise, arise, arise." As soon as Evelyn reads this line, Imhotep's mummy awakens from below. Imhotep has returned from the world of souls. Many different kinds of scarab beetles attack them. As everyone is fleeing to escape these beetles, Evelyn gets separated from Rick and her brother and falls through a secret door, ending up where Imhotep's mummy is, now alive. One of the people there is also the person who opened the box that had the curse written on it, stating that Imhotep would take a new form from the bodies of those who opened it. Because of this, Imhotep's mummy removes this person's eyes and places them in his own, and now he advances toward Evelyn. But just then, Rick and Evelyn's brother arrive. Rick shoots the mummy many times, and they all leave the place. Just then, the descendants of King Pharaoh's guardians appear, the ones who had warned them to leave a day earlier. They tell them, "We've been fighting these dead for 3,000 years, and now no one can kill him. Now doom will befall us all." Now Evelyn, Rick, and all their companions return. Rick wants to leave, but Evelyn stops him. She says, "We brought this dead man to life, and we must finish him." Everything begins to change here. Fireballs start falling from the sky, and the mummy, who took the person's eyes, comes back and turns his entire body into a skeleton, which makes the mummy's body even more developed than before. Rick and Evelyn arrive here. Rick shoots the mummy many times, but the bullets have no effect on his body. But when he sees a cat, he gets scared and flees from the place. Rick and Evelyn don't understand why he was scared of the cat. So, they go to the descendants of the ancient Egyptian king Pharaoh's guardians, who have been guarding this place for thousands of years, and who had told Rick and his companions to leave within a day. These people tell them that cats are the guardians of the dark world. That's why Imhotep is afraid of them. But when he regains his full body, he will stop fearing cats. For Imhotep to regain his full body, he must kill the 4 people who opened the sarcophagus from which the Book of the Dead came, the book that brought him back to life. Although he has killed 1 person now, 3 are still remaining. Evelyn tells everyone that when Imhotep first saw her, he called her Anxunamen. She asks why he said that. Evelyn is informed that Anxunamen was the lover of the Egyptian king thousands of years ago, but she had an illicit relationship with Imhotep. They both killed King Pharaoh. So, as punishment, Imhotep was mummified alive and buried. And now Imhotep wants to bring his lover, Anxunamen, back to life. For that, he will sacrifice you. But before you, he will kill the remaining 3 to complete his body. Now, 2 of the remaining 3 are here and 1 is not. The one who is not here is a historian, and he has the Book of the Dead, the one that brought Imhotep back to life, and Imhotep wants to use that book to bring his lover, Anxunamen, back to life. Rick reaches that place with some of his companions, but before they can reach the historian, they see that Imhotep has already arrived. He kills him and gets the book. Along with that, he also gets the bottle that contains an organ of Anxunamen. There are more such bottles that he needs to get. Rick watches him from above. He sees that after killing the second person, Imhotep's body has developed even more than before. Imhotep spots Rick. He opens his mouth, and many plague-carrying insects emerge from it. Imhotep leaves from here and goes directly to the place where his third victim is. He has another bottle containing a part of Entombed. Imhotep arrives there and kills him. Evelyn is also inside the room. He turns into sand and enters the room and reaches Evelyn. But before he can take her away, Rick and his companion arrive. Rick says that he is afraid of cats. So he shows him a cat which makes him leave. Now they understand that just as the Book of the Dead brought him to life, the Golden Book, the Book of Imhotep, can be used to kill him. But they don't know where that Golden Book, Imhotep, is. Evelyn reads an ancient inscription on a stone from which she learns that just as the Book of the Dead was beneath the Anubis statue, the Golden Book, Imhotep, is beneath the statue of another Egyptian god named Horus. Before they can reach that place, all the people of Egypt have become Imhotep's slaves. They understand that Imhotep has returned and no one can defeat him. They are all surrounded, and Imhotep arrives there. He tells Evelyn, "If you take my hand, I will release your companions." Evelyn is forced to do so, but Imhotep has deceived them all. He tells his people to finish them all. But somehow Rick and his companions survive, and they reach the place from where they got the Book of the Dead again. But this time they have to find the statue of Horus. They reach the place where the statue of Horus is. Here lies the hidden treasure of Egypt that people have been trying to find for the last 3,000 years. On the other hand, Imhotep is shown preparing to bring his lover, Entombed, back to life. He learns that Rick has arrived here. So, he uses magic to revive the mummies embedded in the wall and sends them after them. On the other hand, at the treasure site, these mummies attack Rick and his companions. But somehow they reach the statue of Horus, and they get the golden book that is beneath it. On the other hand, Imhotep has brought Entombed back to life. But to regain her body, he has to sacrifice Evelyn, and before he can kill her, Evelyn's brother arrives and shows him the golden book. But to open it, he needs the key which is now with Imhotep. But some lines are written on the outside of the book, which Evelyn's brother reads. After reading it, an army awakens there. Evelyn tells him to read all those lines so that they obey you. On the other hand, Rick frees Evelyn. But Entombed, who is now alive and a mummy, attacks him. On the other hand, the army that only Evelyn's brother had awakened and was chasing Rick is now chasing Rick. But now Evelyn's brother has read all the lines. And as soon as he reads all the lines, the entire army stops. Then he orders that army to kill Entombed. That army does so. They kill Entombed, which makes Imhotep very angry. He goes to Evelyn's brother. He grabs his neck and lifts him up. But then Rick attacks him, which sets him free. But now he has stolen Imhotep's key. He goes to his sister and they both open the book. On the other hand, Imhotep is now going to kill Rick. But before he can kill him, Evelyn reads the lines from the book. "Kill him today. Take him to the other side." Just then, a white chariot comes and hits him, taking away all his power. That is, Imhotep's body has now become like that of a normal human. And when he goes towards Rick, Rick kills him with his sword. Imhotep says, "Now I am free." His body and life, which were trapped in the cycle of death, are now free from it, and all the doors begin to close. The three of them somehow manage to get out of there, and as soon as they get out, the entire place collapses underground. The leader of the descendants of the Egyptian king's guardians also comes there and thanks them for ending all this. The three of them get on the camels standing there and leave, and finally it is shown that one of their companions has loaded the treasure from this place onto these camels. That is, now they also have a lot of gold. With this, the movie ends here. Friends, if you liked the video, please like and share it, and subscribe to the Film Insight TV channel for more such videos.